Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Stephen acclaims Warriors no more dangerous after Butler trade. Their Warriors got what they wanted in a blockbuster trade that landed them six-time NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler, but ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith still isn't convinced Golden State has what it takes to make it out of the Western Conference. When asked how much more dangerous the Butler addition makes the Warriors, Smith shared a blunt response on ESPN's First Take on Thursday morning. No more dangerous than they were yesterday, Smith said. I'm not moved at all, and that's no knock against Jimmy Butler, but what we're not going to do today is call this a mega deal. The fact of the matter is, if Jimmy Butler had ended up in Phoenix with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, that would have been a mega deal, but him being in Golden State, you got to understand something. We're accustomed to seeing Steph Curry with Klay Thompson. Jimmy Butler's not a Klay Thompson's type of player. He's big time, he's playoff Jimmy. He will produce, his numbers go up every series in the playoffs, there's no doubt about that. I'm just saying in terms of this system, who he's playing with, the personnel surrounding Jimmy. No, this is not a mega deal, this is something that's saving them money. It's a business deal. As part of the multi-deal, the Warriors traded beloved forward Andrew Wiggins and Kyle Anderson, plus a top 10 protected 2025 first-round pick to the Miami Heat, Lindy Waters III to the Detroit Pistons, and Dennis Schroeder to the Utah Jazz before he ultimately was moved to the Pistons. Golden State has been trying to find a number 2 scorer to pair with Steph Curry since Thompson's off-season departure. In the off-season, the team, per multiple reports, tried to take a swing at Paul George and Lauri Markkanen over the summer and pushed for a reunion with Kevin Durant and a trade for LeBron James before this year's deadline that didn't go through, with just hours to spare before Thursday's 12 p.m. Pacific Time deadline. Golden State ultimately pulled the trigger to acquire Butler, who long had been connected to the organization. In recent weeks, Butler has played just 25 of Miami's 49 games this season, averaging 17 points on 54.0% shooting from the field, with 5.2 rebounds, 4.8 assists and 1.1 steals in 30.6 minutes. There's no denying the talent Butler possesses, but his availability always is his biggest flaw. Hopefully for the Warriors, he and the team can prove Smith wrong. The league know how dangerous and motivated ticked off Butler can be. Jimmy Butler has one regret from his contentious breakup with the Miami Heat, and no, it has nothing to do with basketball. Only one, Butler told reporters on Thursday at his Warriors introductory press conference. I just opened my coffee shop in Miami and can't go there anymore after a well-documented fallout with the Heat and a trade standoff with Golden State. Butler set his differences aside, agreeing to a 2-year contract extension with their Warriors that takes him through the 2026-27 NBA season. After being dealt to Golden State at the deadline on the court, it aligned him with franchise guard Steph Curry, who also is under contract with Golden State through the 2026-27 season. Off the court, it gives him enough time to bring his signature coffee shop to the West Coast, so we're going to have to figure out a way to get one in San Francisco. Butler quipped. LeBron James, Steph Curry combined for historic NBA nights. LeBron James, Steph Curry combined for historic NBA night. It's been over a month since LeBron James turned 40 years old, but he's still playing like he's so much younger than his age. Just take, for example, his incredible night on Thursday against the Golden State Warriors, in which the 4-time NBA Most Valuable Player lit up the Dubs for 42 points on 14,425 shooting from the floor and 8,410 performance from the foul line to lead the Lakers to a 120-112 victory at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. But there was also another NBA super veteran who came up big offensively in the CO test with Warrior star and 2-time league MVP Steph Curry, putting up 37 points with James and Curry lighting it up in the same game. They managed to author a historic night in the NBA. According to SportsCenter, Tuesday was the first day ever in NBA history where multiple players 36 or older each had a 35-point game. James, who also grabbed 17 boards and dished out 8 assists against the Warriors, has consistently shown that even at this stage of his career he can still deliver. the goods on the floor. The same can be said about Curry, who will be turning 37 years old on March 14. So far in the 2024-2 NBA regular season, James is averaging 24.5 points per game while Curry is putting up 22.7 a night. XGM Myers drops bold e-liner about Warriors Butler trade. The Warriors blockbuster trade that landed them six-time NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler sparked league-wide reaction Wednesday night, but perhaps no voices as telling as the orchestrator of the team's dynasty run, Bob Myers, who served as Golden State's general manager for more than a decade, winning 4 championships, spoke candidly about the deal Thursday morning on ESPN's NBA Today. This move erased this uncertainty about being Ellen. Meyer said this move and the money, not just the move but the money Jimmy got for the next 2 years. We're playing poker, they just took it and pushed it in the middle. The question is, do they have jacks underneath? Do they have kings? Do they have aces? Here's the final thing, they just got to stay healthy. When you got 3 guys their age, that's going to be the thing. But you know what, I like it, he's a winner. Golden State has long been trying to maximize what's remaining of Steph Curry's career with a win now mindset at the forefront. The Warrior were tied to several big-name players dating back to the off-season, since losing Klay Thompson, such as Paul George and Laurie Marrin, and they again tried to make a big splash by inquiring about trades for LeBron James and a reunion with Kevin Durant, per multiple reports. When those talks fell through, their focus shifted to the disgruntled star who had a well-documented falling out with the Miami Heat after suspending the last 6 years there. Of course, there are at least 2 sides to every trade, and what the Warriors had to give up made for no easy goodbye. Parting ways with fan favorite Andrew Wiggins led to an emotional pregame moment in their Warriors locker room prior to their matchup with their Utah Jazz on Wednesday night. Emotions aside, though, Meyer signed off on the blockbuster deal that he believes shows how serious the Warriors are about winning now. And you, fan, what do you think of Bob Myers' situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.